Hello everyone. Today 4th of May, Sunday. I am in New South Wales around Crippa Creek, about 400 kilometers from my home, Toowoomba. And here I'm just finalizing sites for my trials this winter season. And this one will be on Phalaris management in wheat crop. And my contractor or this collaborator has already pegged this site, so it means he's going to plant this site with wheat very soon. And as I mentioned in the previous video, that here growers very rarely take two crops in a year because they always look for soil moisture, but this particular grower is going to take two crops. This sorghum seems like it was harvested recently. I can show you here, this is on the way, but this whole paddock was planted in sorghum, and you can see the height of this sorghum. They harvest here only heads, and this sorghum is usually up to 60, 70, sometimes only 1 meter in height. So they harvested only the top head, and rest of this residue will remain here in the field. Now seems like usually here sorghum is planted at 1 meter, or sometimes if they follow skip row planting, that's 2 meter, but it seems like more than 1, less than 2. Is it about 1.5 meter? Let's measure it so that we have an idea of row spacings. Yes, it is 1 point. Yep. So if you see here, row to row, it's 1.5 meter. Okay, so that's good. So this previous crop was at 1.5 meter, but wheat by my contractor will be planted at 30 centimeter rows. Now also we need to really see whether it has got enough moisture or not, or are they going to wait for a rain event. So I will see there. Oh, it's already, soil is already moist. So there is already moisture here in the top layer, so it means moisture will also be underneath. So what happens if this moisture is enough in the top layer? Wheat will be planted at 5 centimeter depth. Sometimes they go a little bit deeper just to catch that moisture, and we know that after germination or after emergence, roots will grow below that moisture, below the depth of seed. So it means there will be enough moisture there. So it seems like they are going to plant very soon. Now one issue I can see, that because it's not really typical rotation, as I mentioned, growers take only one crop, and here we are taking two crops. So I am not really sure that our results will be applicable or broader community or broader cropping systems, because I don't know what herbicide was used last season in this sorghum, and whether that has got any implications for Phalaris management, or if it has got very high residual activity beyond that season. So that is going to affect. And second, I don't really see, I can see Phalaris here, and that can be another issue. If density of Phalaris is not really that uniform, it is going to affect our results. But now I see here, see this Phalaris is here. If you see, Phalaris is already germinating. Now this, see here, Phalaris is already germinating. Yep, in this row. very good site. Now this Phalaris has got high dormancy. It means it's not really that all of this Phalaris has already, all of these seeds have already emerged. There are lots of seeds in the soil. So before planting, they are going to use knockdown herbicides. Otherwise, our pre-emergence herbicides are not really going to affect these plants which are already emerged. See, and yeah, some of them, the height, I think, yeah, that's the height of these plants. It's everywhere. Now I can see, I don't know in this camera whether it's visible clearly, but yeah, if you see here, yeah, see. So this will be an interesting site. So I can now think, I can now be sure that the previous herbicide was not that effective. So if seedlings are already emerging, it means yes, our herbicides, pre-emergence herbicides used in this crop are going to affect or control this Phalaris. Now, just initial idea, what is this about? Here, this Phalaris is really an emerging problem, and I can't really say just emerging just now. It's keep coming according to growers, and the issue is because in these crops like in wheat or chickpeas, we mostly rely on post-emergence herbicides, and which is group 1 or group 2. And last year we found that this weed has developed or evolved resistance to both group 1 and group 2 on several paddocks. So our goal is to bring two things. One is crop competition, either it's row spacing, which is mostly in chickpeas, but really not easy for growers because they don't want to change their planting gear just because of creating crop competition. Second one is increasing seed rate, and that is really possible, and growers don't mind increasing their seed rate. So we will have one component as crop competition, and second one is bringing some pre-emergence herbicides. Now here, pre-emergence herbicides are used in two ways. One, we call it IBS. We plant before, we spray before planting and then incorporate by sowing. That is IBS. Second one is PSPE, post sowing pre-emergence. It means you have to spray only after you have planted the crop and then you spray. And this one is in relation to crop safety also, because when you apply before planting, idea is when you plant your crop using a tine system, you are taking out these herbicides out of that furrow or planting row, so that it's not really going to damage the crop if there is any rainfall immediately after planting. Okay, and then post sowing pre-emergence, so it may not have that effect. So it's and we need to really see the label rates also. Here in Australia, it's illegal if you don't follow a label, so you have to carefully read whether it should be planted or sprayed before planting or after planting, what should be the doses, what should you use, whether a tine seeding system or a disc seeding system. So yeah, so if we see, very soon we will start coming to this site and take observations. So the good thing on growers field is, from here to there, it's a long trial site. If you see this, I think we usually take 10 to 12 meter rows per plot, and here I need to really check whether we are planning to have two trials, but one definitely what I explained now. Second one maybe if we have to compare disc versus tines, as I mentioned, this issue of crop safety or crop toxicity, whatever you want to say. All right, thank you.